your life.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Today, in this Connect series, we will be talking about the two newly launched program at IMT Hyderabad, which is PGTM Information Technology and PGTM in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. We have we have with us both the program chairs, Professor Kalyan, who is the program chair for Logistics and Supply Chain Management, and Professor Surajit, who is the program chair for Information Technology. They both have stellar contribution towards the respective subjects and will be addressing all questions related to the programs. Dr. Kalyan C. Srijarleja is an assistant professor at IMT Hyderabad. He is a PhD from Institute of Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow. He has worked for about 18 years in the supply chain domain at globally renowned organizations such as Tata Motors, HCL Technologies, Tata Consultancy Services, and Dell International Services. His area are operations, logistics, and supply chain management, lean and quality management, business process management, and decision making. We have with us Dr. Shurjit Ghosh, who is Associate Professor and Area Chairman of IT and Analytics at IMT Hyderabad. His areas are machine learning, deep learning, business forecasting, decision analytics, business statistics, emerging technologies, and information technology for managers. So we will start with Kalyan sir, and Shurijit will be joining us within a few minutes. Sir, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks a lot, Komal. Very good afternoon to one and all present here. Wish you all a very happy New Year. I hope your New Year has begun with a very positive and happy note. As part of this Connect series, as Komal has already said, we'll be introducing to the audience here a couple of newly launched Industrytrack programs from IMT Hyderabad. I'll speak about the one related to logistics and supply chain management. This program is going to be launched from the next academic year with an intake of about 30 students, and is going to be significantly owned in terms of design of the program and delivery of the program from the industry, and hence the name Industrytrack. Let me take a step back and give you a perspective in terms of how did we come about this particular program. We, IMT Hyderabad, and Confederation of Indian Industry, which is a well-known industry body that works closely with the corporate India and government of India in framing in guiding the policy of the country. So this CIA has a number of centers of excellence, of which Institute of Logistics, the Center of Excellence for Logistics, is one among them. One of the objectives of Institute of Logistics is to provide executive education in the area of logistics. So through the MOU that we have signed with Institute of Logistics of CII, we'll be doing this 2-year PGDM program, which is going to be AICTE approved, as I said, starting from the coming academic year. Logistics as an area is, growing by leaps and bounds. We've seen tremendous amounts of investments being made by not just government in infrastructure development, but there is also a huge amount of interest being shown by the private sector as well. A lot of foreign investment as well. Indian companies are also setting up in a big way in ensuring that we have a world-class logistics here in India. Not just India, of course, I mean, worldwide we can speak about, but looking at Indian managerial talent base, the growth of this, what we see in terms of this particular sector, the talent gap is only widening. So keeping that in mind, in order to bridge the need for smart logistics managers, we have come up with this particular program. The idea or the participants of this program, we believe, are quite suitable, are going to be suitable for a number of logistics career possibilities. Few of them possibly are in for 3PL companies or logistics infrastructure area, or user companies that are interested in developing or making a new age supply chain solution for their own customers. And then there are a lot of startup companies, you can call them as logitech, so to speak, like your edutech or fintech. And there are a lot of technology based logistics startups that are out there, and they are also in the hunt of talent that can not just understand logistics as a functional domain, but also can apply in new emerging digital sort of innovations in making or in solving the old problems. So quickly, I think that's the sort of an overview that I can give to the audience about the program. And should you have more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And I think Professor Surajit has joined us now. I'll invite him to speak about the PGDM IT program, and then we'll be open for Q&A. You're on mute, sir.
Yeah, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so thank you, Professor Kalyan. So let me share one deck with all of you so that you can have a clear understanding of yeah. Yeah, I think the deck is visible. So let me quickly give you an understanding of the program that we are launching from academic year 2024. So this program is postgraduate diploma in IT in Industrytrack. So this particular program is AICT approved, and it's a 2-year residential program from offered from IMT Hyderabad. So this particular program is designed in collaboration with HCL Tech. So the entire design and in some parts the delivery will be from faculties from IMT Hyderabad as well as practitioners from HCL Tech. So we were in talks with HCL Tech to come up with a particular program like this because there was a need from the market in terms of developing and nurturing talent which can understand the business and translate the business requirement to the technical teams in terms of their technical requirements. So the entire program is designed in terms of understanding the basic characteristics of business in terms of the usual functional domain like marketing, finance, and all that. But having said that, it is also tuned to understand different emerging areas, which is right now much more relevant for the industry. Typically, you might look at AI, ML, or cloud, or IoT, or blockchain. So these are certain emerging areas. In addition to that, there is a lot of requirement of talent in terms of cyber security and so on. So we felt that this particular program is trying to cater to the need of nurturing this talent that can be absorbed not only in the IT industry but across sectors. So there might be a need for such kind of talent in maybe manufacturing sector. It might be in the financial domain because right now, if you look at every industry is getting techified in the sense that finance has become fintech, healthcare has become health tech, and maybe HR has become HR tech, and so on. So there is a tremendous amount of need for this kind of talent which can understand business as well as have an good understanding of technology. So with that, we have designed this program in collaboration with HCL Tech. And so if you look at the highlights of this particular program, so it is of course industry driven, co-developed with our partners HCL Tech. And it has certain industry readiness built into the program in terms of the electives, the kind of projects they will do. We will also bring in some practitioners from the industry Some of them will be from HCL Tech. Okay. And we have also the usual part. We have a lot of digital labs, hands-on sessions, workshops, hackathons, and so on. So these are the program highlights. As far as the structure is concerned, so let me give you some understanding of the program architecture. So it typically has three layered architecture in terms of so of course, students will be provided with a functional domain understanding of different domains in terms of marketing, finance, and typically all those MBA related curriculum. But in addition to that, we have also certain technical courses which will be delivered through not only case pedagogy and classroom environment, but typically there will be some kind of internship and immersion in the company, which may or may not be HCL Tech. In addition to HCL Tech, there may be other companies, not necessarily IT, which will give them a hands-on exposure to the kind of technologies that they might be dealing with. And to end with, the highlight of this program is that typically, if I go down, so these are the kind of potential job roles that you might expect as a potential applicant. So it might be right from business analyst to consultant to system analyst to social media manager and so on. So there can be different nomenclature, but the overarching theme of this program is to nurture talent which can understand business, which can understand a different emerging tech, which is generally being leveraged by business, and then can combine these two to bring some value add to the organization. Okay. And some of you might have questions like, do I get absorbed in HCL Tech? So there might be certain students depending on the requirement of HCL Tech. So it all depends on the kind of requirement that comes in. So some of you might be, again, I'm reinforcing the word, might be absorbed in HCL Tech depending upon their requirement. But in addition to that, we have a lot of other companies, potential companies who might be interested in to recruit these kind of graduating students who have a good understanding of business, complemented with good understanding of technology. And as far as the eligibility criteria is concerned, so it is not that you have to be. So the requirement is you have to have 60% marks throughout your +10, +2, and graduation. So that is a requirement that is meant for all students. And yeah, so this is the, so let me end here. So, and if you have any specific questions or if you find something which you have any query, we will take it up as we go along. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we will be taking question Q&A round.
Hello, sir. I won't be taking much of your time, but there are some of the questions which are asked by the students. So I want you to clarify those questions. So let's go with the first question. The question is for Surijit especially. Please tell us why you felt the need to launch this program on information technology and why it is called Industrytrack.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, the idea is that to come up with a particular program that caters to the need of the industry, specifically in the domain of information technology. So it gives a good flavor of business along with very niche and specialized skills in technology, which is the requirement of the industry. Okay. And there are certain skills and requirement which is not specific only to IT industry. There are certain skills and technology that is across industries. So if you look at maybe a manufacturing setup, or if you're looking at any kind of a, let's say a finance and all that, as I already clarified before, every industry is now being techified. So there is always a need for talent which can understand not only business, which is the domain, but also have a decent understanding of how we can translate the business requirements to technical requirements. And that's where the talent that is coming out of this particular program comes in. They will have a good understanding of business, and they can blend business understanding and how can they leverage the emerging tech areas like AI or ML or blockchain or maybe cloud computing and so on, and can be of some value add to the organization. And we have been discussing this with our corporate partners. So HCL came on with our discussion, and we collectively agreed that we should come up with a program that caters to this requirement. And now that's how we have carefully designed and co-developed this curriculum so that it satisfies most of the industry requirements.
Thank you, sir. The other question is, does the student needs to have a technical background to opt for this course, and why?
No, there is no such need for a particular technical background as per this one. But let me show you one slide, which I think will clarify all your doubts. So let me share the screen once again. Yeah. So let me look at the eligibility criteria. So if you are looking at this slide, you will get a clear picture of what is the eligibility and admission criteria. So as I said, it has to be 60% throughout. And this is the criteria. Okay.
Is there any other eligibility criteria you are looking for the application apart from these?
No, this is what we are looking at in terms of the entry requirements.
Okay, sir. Now, sir, my other question is for Kalyan, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Does logistic applicants need a technical background as well? And what are the other eligibility criteria to apply for PGDM, especially in logistic and supply chain management?
Okay. So that 60% requirement holds good in the area of logistics as well. However, the other in terms of academic streams, students with any academic stream are welcome to apply so long they meet whatever our CAT thresholds are, and also have the 60% throughout. So that's on the hard constraints or hard requirements perspective. Then the soft requirements are that during the course of selection procedure, the student should exhibit genuine interest in terms of the developments that are occurring on the front of logistics. Should also demonstrate that why they feel that they are a good fit for the track program. So I think we are looking at fundamentally the willingness of the candidate in terms of making a mark in the logistics domain in terms of the qualitative criteria.
So my other question is, what are some of the niche topics that will set this course apart from other courses?
Oh yeah, there are many of them. I think our website already has a page, or is going to come up with a page with the complete list of all the electives that are going to be part of this course. So just for the participants that are here, I'll read out some of them which you wouldn't find in any other MBA programs, right? So some common ones are, for example, logistics, supply chain management, logistics strategy planning, supply chain analytics, strategic sourcing, procurement, are few things that you would perhaps see in many of the other MBA programs. But what you will not see are things like advanced inventory and material management, or warehouse distribution facilities management, maritime business and economics, freight transport management, EXIMs and custom handling, shipping law and marine insurance, multimodal transportation management, trade routes and shipping overview. So these are some courses that nobody, to the best of my knowledge, that is providing a management program has it, and that is the whole point, right? I mean, that is the reason why we have carved out, because it is impossible to fit in these kind of electives in a regular stream. But those students who really want to study only about logistics, so all the courses that they will be studying are related to logistics one way or other. So they will really get very, very deep into the subject through these. And what's more, I mean, majority of these courses are going to be taught by people who are actually working in these domains. So practitioners who worked for 10, 20 years in the domain are the ones that are going to come into the classroom and teach the students. That sets the program apart, I believe. And
So
of
now this
course,
is the
yeah, I mean, I should also take a moment in updating on the outcome side of it also. By outcome, what I mean is, from a student perspective, the placement, right? So the CII partnership that we have, we believe, given very deep industry connect that CII has nurtured over almost century plus, we will through that collaboration, we will have access to a large number of industry partners whom we can get to in terms of evaluating and selecting students from this particular program.
Thank you, sir. With this question, with this answer, you have cleared most of the doubts. But this is asked one of the most asked question is, can you mention some of the job roles which will be offered to students after this course?
Okay, so manager. So I'll just keep it very simple. Supply chain or logistics manager, or supply chain logistics analyst, right? Or supply chain logistics consultant, right? So these are in terms of the job roles one could possibly hope for. But which sectors will they go to? I already updated that in my talk already. User companies, 3PL companies, logistics infrastructure, such as your ports and other areas, merchant navy, logistics technology companies, startup companies. These are all, and these are growing in double digit in the last few years. So both growth of the company and the need for talent is growing exponentially. So these are the sectors into which our students are likely to get into.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is for Sujit, sir. This is a question asked by one of the aspirant. Please tell us why you chose HCL Tech as a partner and how are they helping frame the curriculum?
Okay. So we were we were in talks with a lot of industry partners who resonate with the idea that there is a need for such a program to cater to the need for the industry. So that's where HCL was keenly interested to be a part of this particular program. And they were also interested in co-designing and maybe in certain parts co-deliver the particular the program. So since the idea that we started with, that there is a need for this kind of program, and in our discussion with a lot of corporate partners, it so happened that HCL Tech also resonated with the same idea that we were nurturing for quite some time. And that's how we had a round of talks with the HCL Tech leadership in terms of floating such a program. And that's where HCL was onboarded, and that's how we started from scratch in terms of in part of the initial discussion, that how should the program be launched in terms of the curriculum design, what is the deliverable, and what is the output of this particular program, and where can this talent be absorbed. So that's how the entire the evolution of onboarding HCL Tech. Yeah, and you
Thank
had
you,
a
sir.
second question, right?
Yes, sir. I do have a other question. But career growth, what is the career growth in this, in PGDM IT? What we can expect?
Yeah, so typically the idea is that this is right from day one, the focus is more on certain technology aspect of it. So it may not be only emerging tech, it might be right from your legacy systems to so all the kinds of technology that are being used in the industry, and how as a business professional, how can we leverage technology for business productivity. So that's how this theme has been embedded into right from each and aspect of the program, right from design to delivery. It might be in terms of course curriculum, it might be in terms of the immersion programs that we're looking at in terms of the internship, as well as in terms of the final placement, so that at the end of the 2 years, the applicant is have been given all the input that is required for industry to meet their certain demands. So that is the idea.
Thank you, sir. So now this question is for both of the professors.
Yeah.
How will the industry partner help with the placements?
Yeah, so let me take it, Professor Kalyan. So as far as PGDM IT program is concerned, so the intake is only 30. So that means so the capacity for the academic year 23-24 is only 30 students. So it is not a large batch. It is very focused, concentrated batch. And we have a lot of industry partners that we have spoken to who are in need for this kind of talent. So upfront, we are not committing to the idea that all 30 will be absorbed with all our industry partners, and one of them being primarily HCL Tech, because they are the drivers of this particular program in terms of both design and delivery. But there is definitely there is a certain commitment from our corporate partner, primarily HCL Tech, depending on the requirement and depending on their industry need, depending on the industry vertical at the time of once they pass out. If I may say, majority of this batch might be placed in suitable positions in HCL Tech. But having said that, I might say a disclaimer that there is no guarantee, as I said, that all of them will be absorbed in HCL Tech only. But definitely there are high chances that the top performers or will be absorbed in HCL Tech along with the other corporate partners in different industries. It may not be not only in IT, but depending on the requirement and so on. So that's how HCL come in. So they have, so it might so happen that because the program is co-designed and co-delivered by HCL Tech, it is also designed as per some of their requirements. So it might so happen that maybe a majority of the batch might get absorbed in HCL Tech, and those who are not in HCL Tech will definitely get absorbed in the other participating partners that we have with us.
Okay, so most of the questions have been cleared, but there's a last
Yeah,
question.
I think over to you, Professor Kalyan. I think Professor Kalyan has to answer also.
Yeah, so I'll add to what Professor Surajit had said. The industry partner in the case of logistics is CII, Institute of Logistics. CII IL will help the graduating students in placements from two perspectives. One is actually having three perspectives, really. One, having an industry mentor assigned to each of the student as early as possible during the course of the program. So this industry mentor and the student are going to, basically is going to be helpful for the student in terms of grooming his or her various skills, both professional as well, personal skills, soft and hard, that kind of stuff, right? So that's going to make the student ready for the industry. Second stream of assistance is there's going to be a dedicated placement training for students in this stream, particularly with logistics focus. So, and that's going to be managed by our industry partner. Finally, as I said earlier, the deep industry connect that IIL has can ensure all the leading logistics players of the country participate in our placement program when it comes to it. So really, I think the program does everything or offer everything that the student can reach out to in terms of his or her potential. what really is going to be left out is, how high can the student himself jump.
Thank you, sir, as most of the answers have been cleared by you and Surijit, sir. But there's a last question. What are the kinds of project that student will have to do as a part of this course, and how will they be evaluated?
So, quite like our regular PGDM program, but then, since each of these industry track programs are with a certain specific focus, the type of projects that the students will do will be related to these particular tracks. So, for instance, LSCM implies that the student will do only projects related to LSCM. Likewise, IT implies only IT kind of project. So, there might be, so while that's middle of first and second year internship is a big chunk of project, but I'm pretty sure that there will be a number of smaller projects during the course of the whole program, particularly in the second year, that the student will have to work closely with the industry and do some kind of niche programs within the specific domain, like LSAM or IT, and that is going to be slightly different as against the regular PGDM program, because these programs both are industry backed. Therefore, we can hope to have industry participate on an ongoing projects even when students are back here in the campus. So therefore, we believe that's going to be valuable for the students even when they are here in the campus.
That's all questions I need to ask, sir. I guess you have cleared all the doubts, but for further inquiries, if anyone of you need any kind of like doubts and all for this aspirants, you can contact the Telegram page of IMT Hyderabad. And also, I would like to thanks both of our professors for clearing all the doubts, for getting means letting us all the informative knowledge of this course. And that's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wish you all good luck. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, sir.